Hi, my name is Jerry Murphy. I'm a Zero Ecosystem Trainer, and today I'm here to talk to you about how you can become a Vend Expert, a Vend online point of sale expert, even if you've never worked in retail. So let me start off with a little bit of a story of who I am and why I can stand here and say this to you today. So, I remember the first time I was doing a scope call on site in a retail store. I was standing in front of the FPOS machine, the receipt printer, the cash drawer, the barcode scanner, freaking out that they might realize that I have no idea how to operate that hardware. I'm an accountant by trade, right? I've been a bookkeeper for years, I've been an accountant, a tax agent, and I'm now a software trainer. I teach people how to use software systems that make their business life easier so they can do more of what they love. And I get to learn about lots of different businesses and lots of different software applications. But there is some software applications that have these extra bits and pieces that go along with it, and where experience can really help you if you know how to use those systems. Those systems that I'm talking about are things like the hardware in a retail store. I remember standing in this retail store in front of the FPOS machine and the receipt printer and the cash drawer and the barcode scanner going, I don't know how to work these things. Maybe they're going to realize that I have no idea how to work these things. But I knew that I could find a way to help them, or I knew I could help them on the software side of things. I didn't understand the hardware, but that wasn't going to hold me back. Give me a laptop and any accounting system in the world and a calculator and I'm home. But put me in a retail store. I might dress like I've worked in a retail, like crazy 60s inspired store, not today, just a Tiger inspired store, but my point is the reality of the hardware scared the crap out of me. I fell into the world of retail sort of accidentally. I was working at Unleashed Software. It's an inventory add-on to Xero at the time that I had to do the scoping call at the retail store. And it was because of their inventory needs that I was actually having this conversation as to how to work out that they could manage their retail and then possibly also the inventory in relation to their wholesale in a connected solution. Whilst I was at Unleashed, they were just working on their integration with Vend. And so I was the main product tester. So in my job, I had to learn how Vend worked, had to learn how Unleashed worked, and had to work out how everything worked together so then we could pass that information on to the customers. But the other thing that I did in my job, whilst I was at Unleashed, my other job, other than product testing and training, was a solutions architect. So my job every day was to learn about the business processes of a business, understand what someone needs, understand what they need to fix, and then find a solution that works best for them, whether it was Unleashed or Vend or Xero or a combination of both of them, or all of them in this case. So that's how I accidentally fell into the world of retail. And before that, I didn't know anything about retail. The receipt printers, like putting paper in a receipt printer, was like, yeah, sure, you can just do that whilst I go do something else. It was a massive fear that I was like, crap, I can't be a Vend expert. Even if I know the software, I can't be a Vend expert unless I know the hardware. Continued on, and when I will work it out as I go, and that's my key thing, that's my key message, is that you can still become a Vend expert even if you've never worked in a retail store, because you can learn how to use those applications, or you can just work with what you've got. You don't have to know how to load paper in a receipt printer in order to help a business owner with their software solution that requires the fact that they print out a document onto a receipt printer, onto paper. Don't let that hold you back from becoming a Vend expert. If you love the software and you can use the software to help them in all of the areas they don't know how to help themselves. They need a solution. They may know how to use the hardware, they don't know how to use the software, and they don't know how to connect that software to Xero, and that's where you come in. So in August 2014, I decided enough was enough. I decided that I had to get all the knowledge out of my head into a training program for people like yourselves to be able to learn how to become a Vend expert. I learned how to do it myself through trial and error. I didn't have someone training me on how to do what I needed to do someone telling me the tips, someone telling me the tricks, someone telling me the areas that I was going to stumble over before I went and did the Vend implementations that I've done. I've implemented Vend in fashion stores, a shoe store, and a multi-store, artsy type store selling merchandise and things like that. 2 of those implementations have also involved Vend to Shopify integration, where online sales have been made in Shopify and pushed through to Vend. So I've had to learn that inside out as well, and that's something else that I pass on to people in my Become an Expert on Vend in 8 hours. So the Become an Expert on Vend in 8 hours course was born back in August 2014. You can get 8 hours all pre-recorded for less than what it costs for 1 hour customized training with me. And it's all in there, all 8 hours. If you'd like to learn more about becoming a Vend expert with me and becoming a Vend expert in 8 hours, just click the link below and it will take you to the place where you can get the 8 hours of training, the transcripts on my training, and if you buy before 28th of February, you will also get the Vend workbook, which is coming out on the 28th of February, which takes you through all of the case studies and all of the examples that I have outlined for you in the training, so you can test yourself and check that you actually have it all sorted. The other thing as well that this training is fantastic for is if you have new staff. How much time do we waste getting new staff in, especially in the retail world? We get new staff in and we have to spend our time training them. Imagine if you hiring a new staff members, you're about to hire new staff members in, and you ask your staff members to go and watch one of the sessions that I've got available for you. And you just give them one of the sessions, and then you can give them a little workbook to test if they've actually been listening and if they can do what it is that they have been asked to do or been told to do in the setup of the Vend. In Vend. Imagine if you can actually test your employees and not have to spend a moment. You just simply need to have an email that says, please log in here and test and get yourself learning Vend, because I need you to know this stuff so that you can go ahead and start using Vend and you start work next Monday. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? Everything that you need to know about becoming an expert on Vend is in the course, available for you to buy today. Have a fantastic day. Let me know if you have any questions below. Have a great day. Bye.